Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's very exciting video. It's exciting for me because I'm celebrating my birthday round about the time this video goes up. I don't know what date it's going live, but the point is that contrary to what I typically do, which is purchase eyeshadow palettes secondhand with a balance that I already have in POSHMARK or MERCARI, in celebration of my birthday, I did take some money out of my bank account and purchase a couple of things that I've been wanting for a while. And what's even more exciting is that unexpectedly, after I had already bought some things for myself, I won a giveaway here on YouTube. The channel was Heather from Ashes on My Lashes. I've been following her for a few months now. She's super sweet. She's extremely genuine and kind and really passionate about what she does. But oh my goodness, her eyeshadow looks are so beautiful. She's got a great eye for color and they're really well blended and just absolutely beautiful. Now Heather was doing a giveaway, I think at Halloween, just as a hey, I appreciate my subscribers kind of thing, and I was one of the winners. And I have to say, shout out to Heather for being awesome in general, because she actually chose 4 winners and each of the winners got to select any eyeshadow palette they wanted at all from any brand, and she would purchase it and have it sent to their house, which I thought was quite amazing actually, because she's not a very large channel, but she's just so generous. And I know I was floored. I was just so blown away by her generosity and her kindness, because that was no small expense and it was just totally open-ended. You can choose anything that you want. It was awesome. So when I won the giveaway, I chose a palette that I never realistically expected I would ever own because of the price point, pretty much. It's a palette I've been eyeing since it came out. It's a palette that I thought was absolutely beautiful, and I cannot wait to show you guys and play with it today. Not to be overshadowed though, let's talk first about the palettes that I actually bought myself with my own money. These were my original Christmas birthday gift, and then they got totally blown out of the water by Heather and her generosity. But I don't want to talk down about these palettes because they are beautiful and I am excited about them and I'm glad that I have them. So first, surprisingly, is the Sigma Little Mermaid collaboration. Now I've owned 2 Sigma palettes and I ended up decluttering both of them. I owned the Alice in Wonderland and I owned Untamed. I decluttered them because Untamed was not a color story that really excited me very much. I'd gotten it sort of as a, well, sure, let's try it. And then Alice in Wonderland, I really disliked the packaging. It was very psychedelic and it made me go, and it just hurt my eyes. I didn't like playing with it. It felt kind of tacky. And I think that the packaging really does make the experience better. And so if I can't get behind the packaging, I just don't want to play with it. I don't want to hold it. I don't want to touch it or look at it. That's something for me. The Sigma formula, I know it's high quality. I know it's very well reviewed. On the whole, it's good quality eyeshadow. I didn't have any problems with the quality of my previous Sigma palettes. I prefer mattes that are a bit grippier. So when this one came out, I liked this color story and I just thought, hey, why don't I give it a try? Cute little insert. The color story is just beautiful, and you're going to see this is actually quite similar to the other one that I got for myself. But anyway, this is also kind of a new formulation in the shimmers where they're duochromatic. So these 2 right here are actually shifting shades, and I saw several videos on this before I decided to buy it, and I just thought that they were lovely. I love the color story. I think it's really pretty with the blues and purples and tealy greens, but then also we have more neutral tones, and I enjoy neutrals now, and I thought that they'd be really pretty and fun to pair together. So I am excited about this palette, and I'm excited to I want to really like Sigma because I know that they're high quality. I got this for a good price. I think I got it for $19 and it's usually like $56, I think. So anyway, that's one of the ones that I bought for myself. And the other one is, I wanted this one from the beginning too, the Mighty Monster palette from Uden's Eye and Annette's Makeup Corner. I think that this is the prettiest of their second iteration of the legendary Diversa. They have not been as well reviewed as many Uden's Eye palettes in the past. A lot of people are saying they think Uden's Eye is changing their formula and not necessarily for the better, which is sad. But I've watched a lot of videos again on this palette, and Annette posted one video with 8 to 10 looks, plus additional videos, of course, using her own palette, and I loved every single look that she made with it. I found this one for $20 and I was excited, really excited. So when I saw this one, I thought, yeah, I'm gonna grab it again, birthday money. And you know what's funny? If you look at these 2 color stories together, they're not terribly dissimilar. I was considering getting the Little Mermaid palette because I couldn't find Mighty Monster for a reasonable price. Then 1 or 2 days after I bought Little Mermaid, I found Mighty Monster for a reasonable price. But let's look at these color stories. We've got gold tones, neutral tones, browns. There's a dark purple. There's sort of a purpley pinky shimmer. There are teals. These two are more distinctive to this palette, whereas this one has kind of a white shimmer, and also this one. And I was comparing these two palettes rather to the new Nomad palette, which is beautiful, the Speakeasy palette. Again, kind of lavendery tones, and I might mention this in a later video, but lavendery tones and this red brownie duochrome. I was considering all three of those palettes. I picked up Little Mermaid thinking, okay, well that's the one that I can afford. I found it secondhand, you know. And then Mighty Monster popped up and I was like, yeah, we'll do both, because I know that I absolutely love the Urun's Eye formula. So I am legitimately excited to have both of these. They're both beautiful. I'm so excited. I found them for great prices. I can't wait to play with them. They're basically untouched. This one had 1 or 2 swatch marks and that's it. I am genuinely delighted to have these. And I know that I love Urun's Eye, and I'm curious and excited to see how this Sigma palette compares to my experience with the other ones. But then I won the giveaway. The palette that I chose for Heather to give me from the giveaway was the Cold Moon palette from Ensley Rain. So here we go, guys. I do not have all day to play with this video and gush about the incredible quality and sparkle of this palette. I'm going to show you some swatches and just chat briefly about it. When this palette first came out, I was thinking it's just a cool toned dream. It's so beautiful, so striking, and the Ensley Rain formula looks to be amazing. And when I was swatching it, I was floored by how incredibly soft and silky the mattes were. It's like touching a butter that's dry, which might not make any sense, but they're incredibly soft and creamy feeling, but still a matte formula. Amazing. And then the shimmers, as I swatched these, the sparkle was just out of this world. I've never experienced sparkle like that, and I have some really nice sparkles in my collection. I'm floored. I'm so floored, and I'm so grateful to Heather for giving me this beautiful, beautiful gift. It was so generous of her. Thank you, Heather, because I really don't think I would have been able to try this brand, in particular this palette from this brand, because it is a larger palette. We've been chatting on Instagram, and she said she's so excited that she got to be the one to introduce me to one of her most favorite brands, and I'm delighted. I'm so grateful and thankful. So Heather gave me a beautiful birthday gift. Be sure to check out Heather's channel, Ashes on My Lashes. She's awesome. I don't know that you'll be able to meet a more genuine person, and she has gorgeous eyeshadow looks. Also, tons of like all the new releases, all the new stuff. So if you like indie brands, check out her channel. She's linked in my description box. Oh, no. Okay, so this palette's way more shifty than I'd realized. There are some green flips and gold or bronze flips. Hopefully the camera is picking up something as I sit here like an idiot just swirling around. I don't even know what I want to play with. It's all so beautiful, but I don't have all day because my babies are napping. So let me prime my eyes and we'll get going with this long-winded video. Oh my goodness, this is stunning. Okay, I think I'm going to start with the shade Cold Moon. I need a mirror though. Where's my mirror? And there are a lot of strange words in here for shade names, so if I can't pronounce it, I'll just pop it up on the screen. Heather and many other people have said that the Ensley Rain mattes are amazing. The shimmers are they steal the show, but people do say that the mattes are also really good. So again, I think that the swatches don't do justice to the palette. It just didn't transfer as well onto the arm. It's just different, you know, and the true test of a palette is not how well it looks on your forearm. Nobody cares about that. We want to see how it works on the eyes. And so far, this is working very well. Very, very soft and creamy. Picks up just fine. There's just a tiny bit of kick up in the pan, but I don't see anything falling down onto my face. So that's a pretty cool toned gray. Now let's go in with something else. With the same brush, I'm picking up Cat Mint And I'll bring that a little bit lower in the crease in the outer corner, I think. That combined with the gray is now quite purpley. Ooh, really pretty though. I mean, it's pretty purple in the pan too, but it's taking on a bit of a rosy, plummy sort of tone when you combine it with the gray. Do you guys have any Ensley Rain palettes? If you do, which ones? When it came down to selecting whatever palette I wanted from this giveaway, it was actually pretty difficult because there were several that I wanted, but then at the end of the day I thought, which one am I least likely to be able to get for myself? And that was going to be Ensley Rain. And then I thought, okay, so there are two Ensley Rain palettes. Okay, there are several Ensley Rain palettes that I think are gloriously beautiful. Lands of Enchantment, like their pastel palette, looks amazing, but I have the Sickly Sweet from Blend Bunny, and I really like that one, so I didn't really feel a need to replace it because I'm really enjoying that one. The other two that had caught and kept my eye were Flutter and Cold Moon. And for the price point, I thought maybe I can get myself Flutter for Christmas. Maybe. In which case, Cold Moon was the only one. And it is the one that I wanted the most anyway. Pretty, so cool toned. That was another thing. Flutter is actually quite similar to the Udenzai Flora story, which I owned and decluttered. And I didn't declutter it because of the color story. I like the color story. I decluttered it because I felt that the colors were not as pigmented as my skin tone needed them to be. And I had hard pan in one of the shimmers. And so I wasn't getting any joy out of it, so I passed it on. But it wasn't a color story thing, so maybe I would pick up Flutter and know that it was a color story I enjoyed in a formula that would work better. And I love Udenzai. I love Udenzai. Okay, that's pretty. That's pretty, pretty, pretty. Now we need to deepen. Let's deepen a little bit. There are 3 deep shades in this palette: Garnet, Mother's Night, and Rebirth. It's funny, the Hella palette has a Rebirth. So you can really decide, do you want to go gray or more of a chocolate brown or more of a slight purpley leaning brown, like a purpley reddish undertone in a brown. All of these are going to work. You could not get a bad look out of this palette when it comes to the colors working together. 100% cohesive. It just gets more interesting when you've got the shift. Like these two both have green in them. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's deepen with a combination of these two, I think. Mother's Night and Rebirth. I just tapped into them equally. So far, no trouble. Ooh, look at that. It's almost already done. No trouble with the mattes. The blending is so easy. I mean, that's done, right? That was live, real time, no edits. I mean, I could soften right there. Done again, but I didn't really need to because that would be covered by the shimmer. So since I have a little bit of a hood, I try to look straight at the camera and make sure that this part of my fold is actually showing some of the deepest shadow. Otherwise it gets lost in my crease. I could deepen more. Should I maybe just one more tap into each? See how it builds? This is now the 3rd shadow building out here, and the 4th layer, I guess. Beautiful. I don't know who I was talking to. I think it was one of my subscribers chatting over on Instagram, and I told her about Cold Moon, and she's like, oh, you have to do a week of Cold Moon. I'm like, yeah, I think I do. I think I do. Okay, guys, I just can't put it off anymore. It's time to dive into these shimmers. Okay, so Saturnalia right here, Saturnalia right here has a shift that's very close to my shirt color. And so for that reason, I'm tempted to use it, but I've come to find I don't always like to go matchy-matchy. I like to shift things up a bit, be a bit different. I'm gonna try to pick up with this brush. It might not work very well because these more emollient shimmers tend to just slide around and brushes don't pick them up that well. There is something to be said for different bristle types. You've got natural or synthetic. I don't even know what this is. This is a cheap set off Amazon. I have no idea what it is. Oh man, I had made a decision and then I changed my mind. Okay. I think I'm gonna start with this one. Kion. Okay, it's picking up pretty well on the brush. Yeah, it's picking up pretty well. So we're gonna put Kion. I think we'll go here in the center of the lid. Oh, happiness. Look at how beautiful. Just in the center, because of course I want to play with all of the shimmers, and that can't happen, but maybe at least 2 or 3. Beautiful. Okay, now I want to go into this one here, Snow Fairies. Let's put Snow Fairies here. Oh, gorgeous. I do want to try with my finger. I want to show you guys how they swatch on the finger. I'm just going to go in really lightly. If we've got Kion and Snow Fairies, I literally went Kion, Snow Fairies. 2 rotations. 2. So here's Kion. Oh, it's pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. And here is Snow Fairies. So you do get payoff from the brush, but you're gonna get this glorious metallic shine and sparkle with your finger. That's glorious. Let me do something on the lower lash line, and then I think we'll do one more shimmer. I think I would take, I'm playing, right? What is this? Orithia? I don't know how to pronounce that, but that one, and then Garnet. And I'll put those on the lower lash line. Over here you can definitely see that the Garnet has a slight reddish undertone, kind of like a really deep bricky wine sort of color, which is a really interesting color for this palette because the palette is so very, I mean, it is still cool toned, but it has the kinds of undertones that might want to lean warm, like brick, something that's almost like a terracotta. I don't know if you can see it on camera. It's definitely cool toned, but it almost wants to be warm, and I think that's a very interesting and different choice to go along with the rest of the shades in here. So it kind of brings a new level of interest. Now I'll pick up the lightest matte in the palette, which is Mauya. There are several words in here I don't know. I'll put that here first. I love a matte inner corner, a light matte inner corner specifically, not just any old matte. And then, oh man, for the final shimmer, I don't know what to do. They're all so pretty. You know, I think that it's going to be really easy for me to, well, easy, very likely for me to include all of these shimmers in any regular look. Wolf Moon is the shimmer in the palette that just seems to be a standard silver, and that's not a color I use very much, and it's not shifting at all. So it looks amazing. Like when I swatched it, it looks like just as incredible quality as the rest of the shimmers, but it's just a color I don't tend to pick up that often. So I'm going to take Wolf Moon on this little blender brush and put that on my inner lower lash line. It's an amazing silver. I'm not at all surprised. I just didn't think that I would use it as often as I'll use the other shimmers in the palette, so it's good to bring it in as a highlight here. Oh man. I'm gonna go to the other side and maybe a little happy dance, and I'll be right back. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. It's just so darn gorgeous. Happy birthday to me. It's just so darn gorgeous. I mean, let me tell you what I did to finish off. I put 2 colors in my waterline. I've got pink, this is Fluffy from ColourPop, and then this is just a white. I put the pink like 2/3 or so, and then the white on the inner third with this silver shimmer. I am wearing mascara, and then on my face I have this blush from Milani. It's the first one, Dolce Pink. The sticker is worn off, but it's Dolce Pink. And I have a little bit of highlighter from Cosmic Beauty, this one here, the Blueberry Muffin. And that's it. That's it. Everything I'm using is linked in the description box. This palette is absolutely stunning. Stunning. Honestly, I'm kind of not surprised because that's fully what I was expecting. And then I kind of am surprised because it's just so beautiful. I mean, how do they do this? What magic is this? It's absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to play with it more. I mean, I partly want to wash off this eye look and just do more, but I also don't want to wash off the eye look because I love it so much. And I'm trying to think, I'm sitting here racking my brain, what other video can I film before my kids wake up? I don't know if that's going to happen today, but man, I think this is gloriously pretty. It's so, so pretty. And thank you again, Heather. Thank you so much for this kind and beautiful gift. I am completely floored at your generosity, and I recommend everybody go and check out Ashes on My Lashes, Heather Eaglin. She's super nice. Check out her channel. I appreciate every one of you for being here today, for giving me some of your time. And remember, these palettes are still exciting to me. They are still exciting, and I look forward to playing with them, even though they're like kind of the same color story. I just love the Uden's Eye formula. I'm excited to see how Sigma did with their duochromes, and I know that they've got nice mattes. You know what I mean, right? Like, these are what I bought myself, and this was just this amazing added bonus. So exciting. What a fun birthday. Happy birthday to me. I appreciate you guys very much for being here. Thank you for giving me your time. Of course, let me know in the comments what you think of today's eyeshadow look. And if you have any Ensley Rain palettes, which one's your favorite? Even if you don't have any, but just know the color stories pretty well, which one would you buy if you could buy any of them? And tell me also what you think about these two, because I am looking forward to them. I really am, but I couldn't not use this one first. So I hope that you'll consider liking and subscribing if you have never done so before and you want to see more content like this. I do have almost 600 videos on my channel at this point, all kinds of brands mentioned. In the playlist there will be things linked and also suggestions if you want to see more, and I look forward to seeing each of you in my next video. Bye.